Everybody around here agrees that the U.S. economy is getting better. There's no argument about that, and that workers are needed. And yet, in this massive partisan spending bill, a lot of which is not even about COVID-19, Democrats are insisting on a substantial increase to the already extraordinary federal government add-on to state unemployment payments, making it harder to get people who can go back to work. Just this morning, we learned that the economy added 379,000 jobs in February, and the unemployment rate dropped to 6.2%. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office and the consensus of economists is that unemployment will continue to trend lower. It underscores what CBO has said recently, which is that without any additional stimulus, the economy will recover to pre-pandemic levels by mid-year, this year. That's June 30th, not in September as the Democrats' approach would suggest. Look at your own states. Employers are looking to hire people. Help wanted signs are up. As the economy starts to improve, we want to get people back to work. Adding to the good news, President Biden now tells us that vaccines will be available for all who want them by the end of May. That further kickstarts the economy. Despite the better news, as we understand it, the Democrat approach actually extends the generous federal supplement currently in place until September 6th. By the way, even a little beyond what's in the $1.9 trillion underlying bill. And I am just told that it has a $31 billion tax increase that affects the so-called pass-throughs, that is primarily small businesses, to pay for a proposal to pay people more who are on unemployment insurance. The Democrats' proposal makes it even more advantageous to be on unemployment by changing retroactively a long-standing policy that says UI benefits are taxed as income. They make up to $10,000 in benefits tax-free, even if you have made up to $150,000 a year. Remember that at $600 a week federal supplement, which is what it was for a lot of last year when this would apply, about 70% of workers on UI made more than they would at their jobs. Even at $300 a week, 42% of workers are making more on UI than they would make at their jobs. So essential workers, think of the truck driver making $25 an hour, are being told, you have to pay your taxes. But those who aren't working not only get the UI benefits, but now for the first time ever, some of that income is actually going to be tax-free. So you got to pay your taxes, but they don't. That's not fair. The underlying bill and the Democrats' alternative are going to hurt the effort to get people back to work. Our amendment would extend UI benefits in a responsible manner at the current law level of $300 per week through July 18th. According to CBO, this would save over $90 billion in outlays and actually raises $600 million in revenue. Why? Because people will be working. That's a good thing. We should want that. I urge my colleagues to oppose unnecessarily lengthening the time of the federal UI supplement, making it even more advantageous to being on unemployment and slowing the job creation we all want. Our amendment strikes the right balance. It helps those who truly need it, promotes better stewardship of our taxpayer dollars, and it encourages those who can return to work to do so. I urge its adoption.